Hey guys, Mike Wallace here with the York Baptist Association. Another brief video for our video collection for you, but I wanted to take just a couple of minutes and share with you something that God gave me about 10 years ago. I call it the missional scale. And so what I want to do is talk with you a little bit about how you can gauge yourself individually, but as a church leader or pastor or church leader, you can also judge your congregation and where you may be on the scale. I'm going to turn my back to you and hit this board. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So this is called the missional scale. On one end, let's say this is 1, this being 10. On one end of the scale, we have what I call myopic. Myopic is actually an eye condition, right? It's where you cannot see the big picture. You're focused on only what's right in front of you. And so sometimes our churches are myopic. Individuals can be myopic. They can't see the big picture. They're focused so much on just their initial situation right in front of them, maybe the problems, maybe the issues that they may be facing, that they can't focus on anything else. So the one end of the scale is myopic. The opposite end of the scale excuse my writing, it's horrendous. The opposite end of the scale is missional, all right? So let's fill in some of this in a little bit. One end of the scale, myopic, right? Only focused on what's right in front of them, very limited vision. The other end of the scale, missional, lifestyle, right? On mission with God. I hear a lot of our churches talk about being mission-minded. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing, but I just want you to see where it is on the scale, right? Mission-minded. Mission-minded is somewhere around a 3, right? Mission-minded is when an individual or a church is focused on the fact that there is a mission. They know that God has created us for a bigger picture, right? But their involvement in that mission is limited. A mission-minded church, for example, in the Southern Baptist context, a mission-minded church would be one that understands that we have our major mission offerings. They promote those offerings. Maybe you're even involved in the studies. Perhaps the women's mission groups or the men's mission groups are involved in collecting items for the local food bank or for the prisoner bags or some other ministries that are done across our state or nation, right? This is a mission-minded church. There is an intellectual understanding of the mission, but there's limited personal involvement, okay? Somewhere around, this would be 5, somewhere around 6 on the scale is what I refer to as mission active. Okay? Now mission active, a little different ballgame. This is a church that not only understands that there is a mission, but now they are choosing, or an individual is choosing intentionally to be involved in that mission. So this is a church that maybe raises some money. They prepare a mission trip. Maybe they're sending some local volunteers on a regular basis down to work at the local food bank, perhaps partnering with a local school and sending volunteers to work into that school. Once a year, they will be involved in maybe a church-wide mission trip, okay? Mission active, further along in the scale, much more activity, much more personal responsibility and involvement in this, okay? And then when you get in around 9 and 10 on that scale, then that's what I refer to as missional, all right? Missional is when that mission activity really begins to hit that person, that individual, okay? And from a church standpoint, there's a culture that's developed in that church where we understand that mission is not just an activity of church, but it's become a lifestyle of the believer. Missions is not just a program, but missions is who we are. We are created to be missionaries in our community, in our schools, in our neighborhoods, in the marketplace, across the street and around the world. I'm beginning individually to look at my world from a missional set of lenses. I see opportunities around me to be on mission with God individually, and then corporately as a congregation, right? A culture is developed where we are engaging our people to be on mission on a regular basis. So you can see the difference from the 1 to the 10, myopic to missional. The biggest majority of our churches and individuals in our churches operate in this either 3 to 7 or 8 scale, all right? Now let's talk about this. I'm gonna switch colors for a second. When you get down here in the mission-minded area, the mission activity is programmed. It's programmed activity, right? This is around the regular things that we do on a regular basis. The state convention, maybe Samaritan's Purse are calling out for these things, these items that's needed. So an annual regular program approach to missions, right? Mission active now, this is more project. When you get around 5 or 6 on that scale, churches, individuals, now you're into project missions, right? You see a need. You intentionally make a decision as an individual or a church to go meet that need. Mission is much more costly at this point. There's more sacrifice at this point, right? And so you've got program mission, project mission, and then when you get to this other end, well, I'm gonna stick another one in here first. If I could spell, partnership, all right? So a church around 7 to 8 begins to make that transition from project missions to partnership missions, right? They are looking to invest in some place or a people group or along with the missionaries long term. We want to come again and again and again, and we want to see the results of our work and the benefits of our labor expanding the kingdom of God on a regular basis. This is where we're wanting to see our churches make that move, right? Because this is so critical to the kingdom of God and to what's happening in missions around the world. This is what our IMB people are desperate for, good mission partners. But there's one more level that it could go. Personal, okay? This is when you individually just really begin to believe this. It becomes a part of who you are. It becomes a part of your DNA and your culture as a believer. I'm on mission 24/7. I'm constantly looking through the eyes of a missionary. My mission field is personal for me, in my workplace, in my neighborhood, in my school, among my family, right? So when you begin to build that culture, that missional culture, individuals begin to look like this. You get a transition from even partnership missions to your people being on mission constantly. That's the ultimate goal. So anyway, that's my missional scale. For whatever it's worth, use it. If I can come into your church and help you evaluate where you stand corporately or where individuals stand individually on the mission scale, invite me in. I would love to help you. God bless you. Thank you.